The Zephyrian War Council had made their decision with the arrogance typical of a species that had conquered 12 star systems without breaking a sweat. Earth would be next, and it would be easy. After all, the humans had barely managed to achieve faster-than-light travel, stumbling into the galactic community like children playing with weapons they didn't understand. Commander Vextal studied the holographic display of the blue-green world spinning lazily in the void. Intelligence reports indicate the humans are primitive. No energy shields, no gravity manipulation, crude kinetic weapons at best. Their largest settlements are completely undefended from orbital assault. What the Zephyrians didn't know, what no one had bothered to tell them, was that Earth's gravity was nearly 3 times stronger than their homeworld's gentle 3.2 meters per second squared. The oversight would prove catastrophic. Adam Martinez wiped the sweat from his brow as he finished his morning run through the mountain trails outside Colorado Springs. At 28, the former Marine had settled into civilian life as an engineer at the nearby research facility, but he still maintained the physical conditioning that had served him well in Afghanistan. The 15-kilometer run at altitude was just his warm-up. Maheen Qureshi, meanwhile, was already deep into her work at the Atmospheric Research Station, monitoring the unusual readings that had been appearing on their sensors for the past week. The Pakistani-American physicist had been tracking what appeared to be artificial objects in high orbit, but every time she tried to get a clear reading, they seemed to vanish from her instruments. "Adam, you need to see this," Maheen called out as he entered the facility. Her dark eyes were wide with a mixture of excitement and concern. "I've been tracking these anomalies for days, and I think—" The lights flickered, and every piece of electronic equipment in the building went dead for exactly 3 seconds before humming back to life. Through the windows, they could see similar power fluctuations rippling across the valley below. "EMP burst," Adam said grimly, his military training kicking in. "But localized. That's not natural." High above them, the Zephyrian invasion fleet had just dropped out of hyperspace. 50 vessels, each capable of devastating entire continents, hung in Earth's orbit like predators circling wounded prey. The EMP had been their calling card, a gentle warning of the destruction to come. Admiral Kreshenor opened communications with the primitive world below. "Humans of Earth, you will surrender immediately. Resistance is futile. We are the Zephyrian Empire, conquerors of—" The transmission was cut short by an unexpected development. Throughout the fleet, soldiers were beginning to collapse. The artificial gravity systems on their ships, calibrated for their homeworld's gentle pull, were failing to compensate for Earth's massive gravitational field. What should have been a comfortable 3.2 ms2 had suddenly become a crushing 9.8 ms2. For beings who had evolved in low gravity, the effect was devastating. Zephyrian bones, hollow like those of birds, began to crack under their own weight. Their elongated limbs, perfectly adapted for graceful movement in weak gravity, became useless appendages that they could barely lift. Their oversized hearts, designed to pump thin blood through low-pressure systems, began to fail under the strain. On the bridge of the flagship, Admiral Kreshenor struggled to remain upright. Each breath was agony, his lung sacs collapsing under the relentless pull of Earth's gravity well. "Medical emergency," he gasped into his communicator. "All ships, gravity, failure." The invasion force that had seemed so threatening moments before was now helpless. Ships began to drift as their crews succumbed to gravity-induced medical emergencies. Some vessels, their navigation systems failing due to crew incapacitation, began to descend toward Earth's surface in uncontrolled spirals. Adam and Maheen watched in amazement as the first alien ship crashed into the desert 30 kilometers away. The impact was spectacular but surprisingly gentle. The ship had been trying to land, not attack. "We need to get out there," Maheen said, grabbing her equipment. "If there are survivors, they might need help." "Are you insane?" Adam stared at her. "Those are alien invaders. Look at that crash pattern," she pointed to the display showing the ship's descent. "That wasn't an attack run. They were trying to land. Something went wrong." The crash site was a scene of chaos, but not the kind Adam had expected. Instead of battle-ready alien warriors, they found beings that looked more like broken birds. The Zephyrians were tall and elegant, with translucent skin and large, expressive eyes, but they lay scattered around their ship like marionettes with cut strings. One of them, wearing what appeared to be a command uniform, raised a trembling hand as Adam and Maheen approached. Through a translation device that crackled with damaged electronics, they heard a weak voice. "Please, help us. We cannot move." Maheen knelt beside the alien commander. "Your species evolved in low gravity," she realized. "Earth's gravitational field is crushing you." "We did not know," the Zephyrian whispered. "Intelligence," said. "You were primitive. No one told us about your world's gravity." Adam looked around at the scattered alien forms. An entire invasion force, brought low not by human weapons or technology, but by the simple fact that they couldn't handle Earth's natural environment. "How many ships?" he asked. 50, all falling. Crews incapacitated. Over the next 6 hours, rescue teams from around the world mobilized not to fight an alien invasion, but to provide humanitarian aid to beings whose own environment had become their downfall. The irony wasn't lost on anyone. Humanity's primitive world had defeated an advanced alien fleet without firing a single shot. The Zephyrians, once recovered enough to communicate properly, were deeply embarrassed. Their intelligence had focused on human technology and military capabilities, but had completely overlooked the basic environmental conditions that made Earth habitable for its indigenous species. "Your people," Admiral Crescenor said to Adam and Maheen during a diplomatic meeting weeks later, "are far stronger than we realized. Not just physically, though living in such crushing gravity has certainly made you formidable, but your willingness to help beings who came to conquer you, that is a strength our empire has never encountered." The Zephyrian Empire's invasion plans were quietly shelved, replaced by a treaty of friendship and mutual aid. They had learned in the most humbling way possible that sometimes the greatest strength comes not from advanced technology or superior numbers, but from simply being adapted to the environment you call home. Earth's gravity, it turned out, was humanity's first and most effective defense system. No one had told the Zephyrians about it until it was far too late to matter.